Hey guys, it's Debbie Sardone. Hey there. If you are listening on the replay, hello Elite Harvey, good to have you. If you're listening on the replay, please make sure you follow me. Just tap that little Perry dude in the corner. And whenever I broadcast live, you'll be notified. Hello, Law, Pristine Maids, good to see you. Thanks for joining me. Hello, Leanne. Tidy Tightwad, Cindy, good to see you. I know I need to send you an email, Cindy. Hey, Monique, so good to see you. Brad, Renata. Hey, Brad, good to see you. Hey, MCSTKS. Okay, who is that again? I always forget. Anyway, sorry. Tell me who you are. Liverpool, good to see you. Thanks for joining me. So we're going to talk about how to get more done in the day, because if you're a busy entrepreneur, this is something you struggle with, and it doesn't matter if you own a cleaning business or not. Hey, Pat, how are you doing? We need to touch base. I want to make sure things are going smoothly for you guys. I know this is your busy season with the landscape business, but we do need to touch base. Hey, Lisa. Hey, darling. Did you check my email yet? Yes, I know this is your busy season, and my yard is growing like weeds. Every time I see my yard, I think of how happy your customers must be. Hello from Lubbock. Good to see you. Oh, okay. Welcome home cleaning. Yes, I know that. Sorry about that. I always forget what these stand for. Hello, Mike and Maroc, QPR Maroc. Not sure how to say all that. But anyway, in case you're wondering who the heck this is, if this is your first time to be on my live broadcast, I'll look at it tomorrow. Yeah, take your time. If it's your first time to be on my live broadcast, I am Debbie Sardone. I own a $1 million maid service out of a city near Dallas, Texas. I have one of the largest independent cleaning services in the nation, and I own 5 businesses. And one of them is doing business training and consulting with people who own residential cleaning businesses. I do consult with other local business owners, local entrepreneurs, but my niche is working with cleaning business owners, and specifically how to get the business owner out of the field, or working with companies. My niche is working with companies with fewer than 10 employees. So hey, how are you? Look familiar? Do you know DN? I'm not sure who that is. One of the things that, oh gosh, I don't know what that means, but one of the things that I get asked all the time is, oh my gosh, Debbie, how do you do it? How do you do it all? I own Buckets and Bows maid service, and I do business consulting every single day with somebody somewhere in the world, and training. I do workshops and speaking. I travel for my nonprofit, Cleaning for a Reason. I travel for my speaking business. And then we own Speed Cleaning, which is a company that provides branded green cleaning products, and it's all online, tools and equipment. And people ask me all the time, how do you do it all? How do you get so much done? And I certainly don't do it all. Maybe there's that perception that I do. And I have lots of days that I'm just disorganized and I'm a mess and I feel like I didn't get anything accomplished. But I have more highly productive days than bad days where I feel like I didn't get anything done. So I thought I'd share some concepts that I shared on my radio broadcast today on how to get more done in a day. And it starts with planning and organizing your workday. And I thought about the times where, hey Peter, good to have you. I thought about the times when I always look at my calendar the night before I go to bed. At bedtime, I look at my calendar on my phone, which is my Google Calendar of appointments, and I look to see what kind of day I'm going to have tomorrow and how early my day needs to start. And I have certain standing appointments on my calendar that I try to never overwrite, if at all possible. And these are important appointments to me. And then I have 2 assistants that book appointments for me. My consults, my teleseminars, my board meetings, and all those things get booked on my Google Calendar. And every once in a while, I'll look the night before at tomorrow's schedule and I'll realize, oh my goodness, I have a free day. I have nothing on the calendar. Now that isn't very often unless I plan it in advance and take myself off the calendar. No, I don't speak French. But every now and then, and you will find yourself in the same situation where you're like, oh my goodness, I don't have a networking meeting. I don't have a phone consultation lined up for tomorrow. I have no conference calls to deal with the nonprofit. I have no meetings that I'm meeting with locally. I have a free day. I'm going to be highly productive. And I start with a list. Oh my goodness, I'm going to get ahead on that article. I'm going to write that blog I've been wanting to do. I'm going to draft out that marketing campaign that I've been wanting to put together. I'm going to go into Constant Contact and build a couple of seminar marketing campaigns. And I'll come up with this aggressive list of things that I could do with my free day. And I know some of you can relate to this because I can't be the only one in the world that this happens to. I'm looking at my notes from the radio broadcast that I did today. But what's maddening is at the end of an 8-hour day where you thought you had tons of focused, uninterrupted time, and you realize the whole day got squandered. And it's not that you sat around doing nothing. It's not that you turned on the TV and watched TV all day. That never happens. Not with me, it doesn't. But you worked your head off. Hello, Clean of Hearts. So good to see you. Oh, so great to see you. Jose, Nava, good to see you. But you realize at the end of the day, oh my goodness, I haven't done anything that was productive. You might have been busy all day. I've done this. Busy all day. Answering emails, barely had time to take a break, answering phone calls, doing things all day, but not necessarily doing things that move you forward, not necessarily doing things that were your priority. How does that happen? I can't tell you how many days where I've ended my day going, oh my goodness, I didn't do a darn thing today to move my business forward. I spent my day responding to other people's needs and other people's problems and other people's emergencies and other people's important issues that weren't my important issues, that weren't my urgencies. And so how does that happen? So I wrote down some things that I think will help you in organizing your workday and getting more done. First and foremost, now where's my page one? I've lost my page one. So I'll have to do it from memory. First and foremost is plan your day. And I realize this part's kind of easy. All of us can start with this aggressive list. But do plan your day. Do not start your day just by responding and reacting. Otherwise, you will start your day by checking emails and answering and answering and answering and answering. And then you'll jump on Facebook and respond to people who are making comments or asking questions or posting things that you feel compelled to respond to. And then you'll go back and check emails, and then you'll take a phone call, and then somebody will ask for a meeting and you'll say yes, and you won't have a planned day. So it starts with planning your day, especially when you know you have the whole day to be productive and focused. Start a list of the most important things that you could do with your time today. And these are generally high-level activities that will make you more money or book you more appointments for future sales. And so plan your day to be that productive, that you're going to make a list and you're going to stick to it. And then number 2, prioritize your day. Prioritize the things that you'd like to do. Welcome, Mexican 1970. That's a great handle. Prioritize the things that you want to do. And the things that you absolutely know are vital, that are important, whether they're fun to do or not, whether they require some brain energy that you don't want to expend, do those most important things first. Don't save the task you hate to do, you don't want to do, till later in the day because your energy will wane. So plan your day and then prioritize your day. If you prioritize your day, put things in categories like urgent but not important, important but not urgent, and important and urgent. Things that have deadlines that are going to have consequences, those are important and urgent. So prioritize it. If it's important and urgent, it's got to be done first. Get it off your plate, especially if you don't want to do it. Start that early. So prioritize your day. That is so important. Thank you. And then, this is really important, and a lot of people wouldn't think of this. Take breaks during the day. Here's a mistake that I made early on when I was building my business, I worked every day in my office at Buckets and Bows Maid Service, is I would work all day long intensely. I mean, I'm an intense worker. I'd be answering phones and typing up work orders and closing sales and hanging up from that and booking another job and hanging up from that and scheduling an interview and hanging up from that scheduled interview and running off to do an interview with the prospective employee. In the early days of my business, I worked very intensely, nonstop without a break. 3 o'clock would roll around and I would suddenly realize I have a massive headache and I'm starving to death. Why? Hadn't taken a break, hadn't eaten all day, didn't drink water, and those are mistakes. We really need to refuel our brain to be more productive. It's not about taking breaks because we're lazy. It's about being more productive. So what I do now, because I work from home every day, it's very easy to become isolated. The house is quiet and I could work like a fiend all day long without ever taking a break. I actually set an alarm in my kitchen. Hey, Julie. Julie, good to see you. I set an alarm in my kitchen that goes off every hour. And I have to get up and turn it off because it's annoying to have it ringing and ringing, waiting for me. So it forces me to get up out of my chair, take a walk, which is important. We shouldn't sit for hours at a time. So I have to get up to go turn off the stove alarm that beeps until I turn it off. And while I'm up, I always get a fresh bottle of water because I try to drink an entire bottle of water every hour to every 2 hours throughout the day. And then I'll grab maybe a handful of almonds or a pickle or a piece of fruit, just keeping it simple. And most nutritionists will recommend that you eat small, 6 little mini meals a day. Most of us, if you're like me, we starve ourselves all day long. We realize we're famished and then we go eat too big of a meal because we're starving. So we eat, too much, a big sandwich and some side dishes and whatever. Instead, it's recommended that you eat 6 little mini meals a day. So I try to do that every 2 hours. I eat like an energy bar, or I'll have a banana, or a salad, or a piece of chicken, or whatever. So take a break. That's part of planning your day. And it refuels your brain. It gives your mind a rest so that when you come back and sit down, you're fresh and you can think again instead of have that massive headache because your body actually is getting dehydrated. When you work too hard and you think, oh, I just have a headache from working so much today, you have a headache from being dehydrated. It's because you didn't drink water throughout the day. So take breaks, prioritize your day, plan your day, and then maintain a positive attitude while you're working. I know for myself, it does get kind of lonely when I work because I work at home every day and I work here all day every day. It gets kind of lonely. The best thing I can do for myself, and everybody's different, but I always make sure the windows are open in my office, and these are blinds, not the literal window. It's the blinds are open so I can see outside. I can see the sunlight and the trees blowing. And I always make sure the front door is open, which is right by my office in my house. The front door is wide open and the sun pours in, and every time I get up, I have to walk by the door and look out, and that helps keep my mood high for working, and you don't get so lonely. And then secondly, play music. And play music in the background, not distracting music. So for me, I love to play just praise and worship in the background. That's what I love. My son, he has ADD. He plays classical music softly in the background while he works. And it just sets the tone. It kind of keeps you in an uplifted mood as you work. And then if you want to be more productive in a day, and this is for people who commute to work. So if I went to my office every day, now for me, it's a 10-minute drive to my office because it's only about 3.5 miles from my home. But for others, your commute to work is an hour drive. It's an hour out and an hour home. That's 2 hours on the road. You should be using that time as the most productive time of your day. Most people make the mistake, hey Glenn, good to see you. Most people make the mistake of listening to talk radio, which that can put you in a bad mood right now because everybody's yelling at everybody and it's all about politics and how the world is going to implode. Or they listen to the news, which is another depressing thing to listen to on your commute. I mean, it's one thing to listen to maybe 5 or 10 minutes of news so you know what the weather is and what the traffic patterns are. But beyond that, all it is noise. and discouraging noise at that. So turn off the talk radio, turn off the news, and oh, good morning from Australia. So good to see you. I have consulted with several cleaning business owners in Australia. Turn off all of that and get yourself some good audio books. And good morning from Kansas. Good to see you. Get some good audio books and listen to books on your commute. I even will, I mean, I used to when I drove to my office every day. I don't do this anymore, but when I drove to my office every day, I would listen to audiobooks with my 10-minute commute, which is kind of pathetic, but when you realize that's 10 minutes a day, and if I drive home in traffic, it's 15 minutes home, I just put in 25 minutes of book reading by listening to my audio CDs. So that's how I can read the E-Myth 2 or 3 times a year. Just put that audio CD in there. What books do you recommend? Oh my gosh, remind me at the end and I'll give you a list of the books I recommend. I love books, and there are so many great books you can listen to on audio. Or you can plug your iPhone in and listen to your podcast training, sales and marketing training, or just sales training, or time management training through podcasts. E-Myth, my favorite book of all time. I'm so glad you're reading that. That is the best book for any entrepreneur. In fact, it's right here on my desk. Right here, the E-Myth Revisited. I haven't read it in a couple of years. I used to try to make sure I read it every year. It's been a while. But you got to read the E-Myth. Is dinner ready? Uh-oh. He's coming to my pie. He's coming to my my Periscope.
If she doesn't hang up, there will be no food left.
Oh, no. I have to go because I want food. Well, I have a nice crowd tonight. Okay, so I have to wrap things up because I don't want him to eat all the food. He made beer can chicken and some amazing vegetables on the film. I know, isn't he funny? He's hilarious. But he knows I get a little long-winded. So I'm going to give you the last one. So maximize your time. Thank you. So maximize your time in the car. And that's a great way to educate yourself and to stay inspired as a business owner and to stay motivated, which is what we need. And then the last one, I'm not going to go over on my next Periscope. I'm going to go in depth about multitasking and how that's a mistake. So stay tuned. If you need help with your cleaning business, go to DebbieSardone.com/free tips and sign up for my online, mobile university. Brilliant way to state that. Go and sign up for my online tips. You'll get emails from me when I have training, seminars, webinars, field trips, and so forth. And if you need consulting for your cleaning business, thanks, Pat. You have a great evening. If you need consulting for your business, there is a consulting tab you can fill out to get information. I got to go. I need to eat dinner. Take care, everybody. Bye. DebbieSardone.com. DebbieSardone. DebbieSardone.com. Just Google me. You'll find me. Thanks, guys.